Good evening, everyone. We'll get started. So in the previous class, we were discussing straight lines, right? And I also asked you to do problems based on sequence and series, exercise 9.2, 9.3 and miscellaneous, and ask your doubts. So do you guys have any doubts from that?
No, sir.
Okay. Anyways, we'll continue with the next problem. We'll do straight lines exercise 10.1. So there are 3 points h, k, q, x1, y1, r, x2, y2 lie on a line. Show that h minus x1 into y2 minus y1 into k minus y1 into x2 minus x1. So this is what we need to prove. Okay. So what do you mean by the points lying on a line? So when we say the points are lying on a line, they are said to be collinear.
Collinear.
So if there are 3 points lying like this, A, or let's take the same points, P, Q, and R. P is h, k, Q is x1, y1, R is x2, y2. If they are lying on the same line like this, okay, then what is slope of PQ? Slope of PQ is y1 minus k divided by x1 minus h. Now what is slope of QR? Slope of QR is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Since the points are collinear, the slope of line joining any 2 points taken on the line is the same, which implies slope of PQ is equal to slope of QR. So what is slope of PQ? y1 minus k divided by x1 minus h is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So which implies y1 minus k into x2 minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 into x1 minus h. So that's what they would have asked us to prove. Instead, what they've asked is h minus x1. What you can do is you take the minus sign from here and minus sign from here, you will get the required expression. Okay. Conceptually, is there any doubt?
No, sir.
So here one important point to be noted is when two lines are parallel or the points are collinear, the slope is still the same. Okay. Moving on to the next problem. Very less space for. Okay. In figure 10.9, time and distance graph of linear motion is given. Two positions of time and distances are recorded when t is equal to 0 and d is equal to 2, and when t is equal to 3 and d is equal to 8. Using the concept of slope, find law of motion, that is how distance depends on time. So what they're asking is, there is a graph which shows the variation of distance with time. Okay. So that is the first point. And how are these 3 points on the line?
Collinear.
So just now we solved a problem based on collinearity. So when the points are collinear, slope is same. When you take ABC, we'll say slope of AB is equal to slope of BC is equal to slope of AC. You can take anything. So slope of AB, what is it?
8
8
minus 2
yes,
by 3
by
minus 1. 3 minus 0.
3 minus 0. That's right. What is slope of BC?
D
D
minus
minus,
8
correct.
by
By?
T minus 3. T
Very good.
minus 3.
That's right. So this will be 6 by 3. Answer will be 2. Correct? So since slope of AB is
Yes.
equal to slope of BC, 2 will be equal to D minus 8 divided by T minus 3, which implies D minus 8 is equal to 2 into T minus 3. So what will be the final answer? 2T minus 6, which implies 2T minus D plus 2 equal to 0. So what did they ask? They asked us to find how the distance depends on time. So if they want the distance dependence on time, you can either write the answer as 2t plus 2t minus d plus 2, or d is equal to 2t plus 2. Both of them represent the same. Okay. I hope it is clear. Now, see, draw a quadrilateral on the Cartesian plane whose vertices are minus 4, 5. Whose vertices are 4, 5. Minus 4, 5 belongs to second quadrant. 0, 7. Where will 0, 7 logically be? Then 5, minus 5. Where is it? 5, minus 5 belongs to fourth quadrant. And minus 4, minus 2 is somewhere over here. Okay. When you join all these points, then you will get some random shape. It is not a trapezium or something. Okay. I've drawn some random diagram. So this is how the quadrilateral will be. The question is, they're asking us to find the area of it. So how do we find the area? See, one point that is clear to me is minus 4, 5 is here, means minus 4, minus 2 will be somewhere over here. Okay. Just a minute. Just give me a minute, guys. Sorry. So what were we discussing? Draw the quadrilateral in the Cartesian plane whose vertices are given by these values, and we need to find the area. So how to do this? Tell me. How do we directly find the area of this quadrilateral? Is it possible for us to? Do we have a direct formula for quadrilateral? Area of a quadrilateral? Why is no one speaking? Are you able to hear me?
Sir, your voice is breaking for me, sir.
Okay. So I'm asking, do we have a direct formula for area of a quadrilateral?
Sir, are you speaking, sir?
Yeah. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir. Now it's audible, sir.
I don't think
Okay.
so,
I'm
sir.
asking, you don't have an area for a quadrilateral joining. You can actually derive it, not a big deal. But we know the area of a triangle, right? So last year you would have learned what is the area of a triangle which is joining 3 points x1, y1, x2, y2, and x3, y3.
Half into x1 into y2 minus y3 plus
You have that
x2
cyclic
into
pattern,
y2.
right?
Yes, sir.
You have that cyclic pattern, right? So using that cyclic pattern, what we can do is we can divide this quadrilateral into two triangles. That is, can I write area of quadrilateral as area of triangle ABD plus area of triangle ADC. Can I write it like this? So area of triangle ABD plus area of triangle ADC is going to give us the area of the quadrilateral. So what you need to do is for triangle ABD, apply that formula. For triangle ADC, apply the same formula. You will get the answer. And the formula is given here. Okay. So this problem, I'm leaving it to you. You can do it. Next. So there's a good problem. See. The base of an equilateral triangle with side 2A lies along the y-axis such that the midpoint of the base is the origin. Find the vertices of the triangle. You have y-coordinate, y-axis and x-axis. X, y. What are they saying? There is an equilateral triangle with side how much? With side 2A. So side 2A. So this side is 2A. This side is 2A. The sides are in such a way that the midpoint lies where? The midpoint of whom? 1 minute. The base of an equilateral triangle with side 2A lies along the y-axis such that base itself is lying along y-axis. Then the triangle I drew is wrong. Okay. Did you guys understand what is the difference between previous one and this one? So in the previous case, I took the base on x-axis, but what is given in the question? The base of an equilateral triangle is along the y-axis such that the origin is the center, 0, 0. Find the vertices of the triangle. Simple task. So if this side is 2a, this side is 2a, this side will also be 2a. Since origin is midpoint, this will be a and this will be a. Accepted? So what will be the coordinate of point A, B, and C? What is the coordinate of the point A?
0, a.
Yes. This is 0, minus A.
Minus
And what are the coordinates of point B?
2a, 0.
No. How will it be 2a? We don't know what is this distance, no? So if this is O, what we need to do is consider
We have
the
to find
triangle.
height, sir.
Yes.
Half
If
b into h.
you can, yes. Half B into H will give you the area of the triangle, right? But here we don't have area. So if I take the triangle AOB, this distance, if I call it as X, this distance is A, and this distance is 2A. Accepted? So X square plus A square is equal to 4A square. Then what is the value of X? X is root 3A. So what will be the coordinate of this point? Root 3A, 0. Or what, like if you want to do it in the method you told, then you should do the alternate method. Half into B into H will be equal to root 3 by 4 A square. I think it's root 3 by 2 A square. That is the area of an equilateral triangle.
Yes.
Okay, you can do like this and then solve. Here A will be 2A. So there is another way, but I suggest you to go with this thing, the Pythagoras theorem. Shall I move on to the next one?
Yes, sir.
So third one is find the distance between P and Q when PQ is parallel to y-axis. So P is x1, y1. It is x2, y2. When it is parallel to x-axis, what is that we can conclude?
2 equal to x1.
Yes. When it is parallel to x-axis, we can say x2 is equal to x1. So what if x2 is equal to x1? Right. Solution is parallel to y-axis. You can conclude x2 is equal to x1, which implies distance is how much? So what will be the distance between these 2 points?
y1.
It is modulus of y2 minus y1. Okay, it is very simple, guys. When say distance is, what is the formula for distance? x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus
y2
y1.
minus y1 the whole square.
So x2 is equal to x1, this will be 0. So you will have y2 minus y1 under a root, it will be modulus. That's it. Similarly, when PQ is parallel to x-axis, what would have happened? It will be modulus of x2 minus x1. Okay. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So moving on to the next one. Find the point on the x-axis which is equidistant from the point 7, 6 and 3, 4. So solution is, let the point on x-axis be a, 0 or a, 0. Let me take this point as P and this as Q. So what is given? AP is equal to AQ, which implies AP is root of a minus 7 the whole square plus 6 minus 0 the whole square. What is AQ? Root of A minus 3 the whole square plus 4 square. Okay. So this will be root of A minus 7 the whole square plus 36. This will be root of A minus 3 the whole square plus 16. Square on both the sides. You will have A minus 7 square is how much? A square minus 14A plus 49 plus 36 is equal to A square minus 6A plus 9 plus 16. So A square is gone. So minus 14A to the other side, 9 plus 16 to the left hand side. So 49 plus 36 minus 9 minus 16 is equal to 8A. So 49 minus 9, 40, 36 plus 16, 52 is equal to 8A. 8A will be equal to how much? Is it right? I didn't do any calculations.
36
It's
minus 6.
minus 60. It should be 20.
Oh, 20. Yeah, 20, sorry. So it is 62. 62 or 60? 60. So 60 means how much will we get? 20, like 30 by 4? 30 by 4 is 15 by 2.
1.5.
Yes. So the required coordinate will be 15 by 2 comma 0. That is 7.5 comma 0. Okay. Done. So I'm moving on to the next part. Find the slope of a line which passes through the origin and the midpoint of the line segment joining P and D. Find the slope of the line which passes through the origin and the midpoint of the line segment. So, given points, what are they? P0 comma minus 4, D8 comma 0. So the midpoint of PB will be 8 plus 0 by 2 minus 4 plus 0 by 2. Accepted? So it is 4 comma minus 2. So what are they asking? Midpoint of PB, let's call it as M. So they're asking slope of OM. So slope of OM will be minus 2 divided by 4. So answer will be minus 1. Did you understood how I wrote minus 2 by 4? Okay, listen, going to the next problem. Without using Pythagoras theorem, show that the points 4, 4, 3, 5 and minus 1, minus 1 are the vertices of right angle triangle. How will you prove this? So you have 4, 4 here. Maybe 3, 5 here. How will you prove, guys? If you don't use Pythagoras, see, if you have to use Pythagoras theorem, you need to find distances, right? How can we prove that it is a right angle triangle? Assuming that it is right angled at B. How do we prove? Only concept that we know is find the slope of each line. What is the slope of AB? 5 minus 4 divided by 3 minus 4. That will be 1 divided by minus 1. That is minus 1. What is slope of BC? 6 by 4. That will be 3 by 2. What is slope of AC? Slope of AC will be 5 by 5. That is 1. So you are able to observe one thing. Slope of AB into slope of AC is equal to how much? 1 into minus 1, which will be minus 1. So if the product of slope of two lines is minus 1, what do they mean? What does it mean? Lines are perpendicular to each other. At which point? At point A. So how did I conclude at point A?
Good morning, sir.
Next. You people do this. Find the slope of a line which makes an angle 30 degrees, with the positive direction of y-axis measured anti-clockwise. This is a tricky question. So there is a line like this, and this line is making how much angle? It is making an angle 30 degrees with the y-axis measured in the anti-clockwise direction. So if this is 30, this is also 30. So if this is 90, how much is this angle, guys?
60, sir.
It is 60. So if this is 60, how much is this angle?
120.
So what is the slope of the line? Tan 60 or tan 120, which is right?
One
120.
Because angle should be measured in anti-clockwise direction with
anti-clockwise
respect
direction.
to. So tan 60 is wrong. Tan 120 is right. What is tan 120? Tan 120 is nothing but tan 180 minus 60. That will be minus tan 60, which is minus root 3. So slope of a line is minus root 3. Done? Moving on to the next question. Find the value of x for which the points x comma minus 1, 2 comma 1, 4 comma 5 are collinear. How to do this? So again, collinear, since points are collinear, what can we conclude? Slope of AB is equal to slope of BC is equal to slope of AC. So what is slope of AB? 1 plus 1 divided by 2 minus x is equal to slope of BC 4 divided by 2, slope of AC 6 divided by 4 minus 6. I would suggest you to take these two and solve, you will get the answer. So it will get cancelled twice. So 2 divided by 2 minus x is 2, which implies 2 is equal to 4 minus 2x. So the value of x is 1. Okay. Next. Without using distance formula, show that the points minus 2, minus 1, 4, 0, 3, 3 and minus 3, 2 are the vertices of a parallelogram. So what will happen in a parallelogram? Opposite sides are
Equal.
and parallel. So if you have to prove that they are equal, we need to use distance formula. That is what they mentioned in the question. You should not use a distance formula, but still you need to say it is parallelogram. But in this chapter, we have something to do with parallelism. What is it? The slopes are equal. So what is slope of AB? Let's find out the slope of all the sides. Slope of AB 1 by 6. Slope of BC 3 by minus 1. Slope of CD minus 1 by minus 6. That is 1 by 6. Slope of AD. So what is slope of AD? 3 by So if you observe, slope of AB is equal to slope of CD. Similarly, slope of BC is equal to slope of AD. What can you conclude? They are parallel to each other. Hence, they form what? A parallelogram. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So going to the next problem. Find the angle between x-axis and the line joining the points 3, minus 1 and 4, minus 2. Find the angle between the x-axis and the line joining the points 3, minus 1 and 4, minus 2. Three, minus 1 belongs to this quadrant. So 3 minus 1 and 4 minus 2 is also in the same quadrant, right? 4 minus 2 will be here. So there is a line like this, and this line is making an angle with the x-axis. This theta is equal to what is what we need to find. So what are they indirectly asking? Find slope of AB. What is slope of AB? Minus 2 plus 1 divided by 4 minus 3. Minus 1 by 1 minus 1. Correct? So tan theta is equal to -1, which implies theta is equal to how much? So if you observe, we are involving trigonometry here. Tan theta is equal to -1. Theta will be 135 degrees. Okay. I hope it is clear, everyone. Next. The slope of a line is double the slope of another line. So solution is given m2 is equal to 2 times m1. If the tangent of the angle between them is 1/3, find the slope of the lines. So what are they saying? Tan alpha between them is 1/3. Find m1 and m2. So how I'm going to do is let m1 is equal to m, m2 will be 2 times m. So what is the formula for tan theta, tan of the angle between two lines? It is modulus of m2 minus m1 divided by 1 plus m1 m2. So m2 minus m1 is 2m minus m divided by 1 plus 2m square. So this is tan alpha is equal to plus or minus m divided by 1 plus 2m square. But what is tan alpha? It is given as 1/3. So m divided by 1 plus 2m square is 1/3, or minus m divided by 1 plus 2m square is 1/3. So 3m is equal to 1 plus 2m square. So 2m square minus 3m plus 1 is equal to 0. So 2m minus 1 into m minus 1 is 0. M will be half or 1. You're able to understand this? Minus 3m will be equal to 1 plus 2m square. So 2m square plus 3m plus 1 is equal to 0. So what will you get here? 2m plus 1 into m plus 1 is equal to 0. So m is equal to minus 1 or minus 1. So how many slopes are possible? 4 slopes. So m1 can be how much? M1 can be minus 1. Then m2 will be how much? Sorry. If m1 is minus half, m2 will be. So if m1 is equal to half, then m2 will be 1, because m2 is given as 2 times m1. So 2 into half will give you 1. Similarly, in this case, m1 is minus half, m2 will be minus 1. So there are 2 sets of slopes that are possible. Is there any doubt in this problem? Mark it as important and practice it.
Both are correct, no, sir?
Yeah, both are right. That is why if you see, the question says find the slopes of the lines. Well, actually 2 lines, no, so that's the reason they use plural. But yeah, both are right here, because one is double the other, no. Okay. There are 3 more problems, so we finish it off. So 12th one is, there is a line that passes through x1 comma y1 and h comma k. If the slope of the line is m, show that k minus y1 is equal to m into h minus x1. So this is the simplest problem. We know that m is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, which implies k k minus y1 is equal to m into h minus h. Okay. So moving on to the next line. Two more problems. If 3 points lie on a line, show that a by h plus b by k is equal to 1. So solution. 3 points lie on a line, collinear. So if I take this as a, b and c, slope of AB is equal to slope of BC. So what is slope of AB? B divided by A minus H is equal to slope of BC is K minus B divided by minus A, which implies minus AB is equal to AK minus AB minus HK plus BH. Minus AB gets cancelled, which implies AK plus BH is equal to HK. So divide with ABHK divide with HK on both sides. So how I got the idea to divide with HK on both the sides is because if you observe, the right hand side is 1. Right hand side should be 1 means I should divide it with HK. So then it will become A by H plus B by K is equal to 1. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So moving on to the next question. Consider the following population and year graph. Find the slope of the line AB and using it find the population of the year, population in the year 2010. So what can you say about the points A and B?
Collinear.
The 2 points will always be collinear. Through 2 points you can always draw a line. So what is slope of AB? 97 minus 92 divided by 1995 minus 1985. So 97 minus 92 is 5 by 10. It is half. Now what are they asking? Find the slope of the line AB and using it, find what will be the population in the year 2010. So 2010 is somewhere over here. When you join it, what will be the coordinates of this point? 2010 comma, let me call it as K. If I take this point C, then can I say slope of BC is equal to slope of AB? Now they are collinear. Then it will be K minus 97 divided by 2010 minus 95. How much is it? 15?
15.
Is equal to 1 by 2, which implies 2K minus 97 is equal to 15. So 2K will be equal to 97 plus 15. How much is it? 112. So K will be 56. But it is something in terms of crores. So this is year. This is population in crores.
Sir, 97 also we multiply by 2 now, sir.
I missed it. I'm sorry. How much is it then? 194, no?
Yes, sir.
194 plus 15 is how much?
209, sir.
So 209. It will be 209 some crores, I think.
So it will be, I think, 104.5.
Yeah. So 209. Then K will be equal to 104.5. So it is 104.5 crores. That is the population. So this is what is called as extrapolation. Means with already existing data, you're trying to predict the future. Maybe this book would have got published before 2010. I hope things are clear now. You got a clarity of how to deal with slope. You solved almost 30 problems. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in tomorrow's class, what we will do is we will discuss the next part. I cannot start the next part because the theory itself is very long. Tomorrow, I hope we complete theory at least because it is very long. But for the basic for it is again slope of a line only. So tomorrow's class will be from 11:30 to 12:30 in the morning.
So tomorrow physics is there from 10:30 to 11:30 and maths from 11:30 to 12.
11:30 to 12:30. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
So evening you don't have class. I'm not only tomorrow. It is for Wednesday also. So this
Okay,
week
sir.
instead of evening, we are having it in morning. You can utilize evenings for your preparations. Okay. Just wait for a minute.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you can leave.
Thank you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.